Hi guys, welcome to Ghost Talk with the Reisers. Very first live stream. First let me say happy Halloween. Hope everyone's having a spooktacular night. Tonight I'm going to be sharing a few short stories from viewers with you, and I'll be doing a live EVP session. If you don't like that kind of stuff, you can leave the live stream. There is a lot of people out there that don't like the EVPs. I'm happy to have you all here tonight. Let's see, I know Charlie's in chat. We got Jersey History Hunters, Tim Holmes, Thor. I'm actually telling one of Thor's stories tonight. Riv is here, Yorkshire's here. Kay What's here, Liz is here, North Jersey Detector is here. I just want to thank everybody for coming and watching my first live stream. And yes, I'm terrified. I'm nervous. Another thing I'm going to ask you, if you see or hear anything during the live stream, please leave me a comment in the chat. The corner that we're sitting in, we have a lot of activity in. Our first paranormal story comes from Thor. Thank you, Thor, for sending in this story for us to share. Thor's story goes, I seem to attract ghosts. My most recent one was a few months back on one of my permissions for metal detecting, an old 18th century ruins, maybe earlier. I remember the first time I went to these fields. There was an eeriness about the place. So I had been at the ruins a few times, about half a mile apart. You can see one in my bomb video and another in my exploring videos. So I had been about them before, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Only the farmer and the sheep about. I was about one field away from the first ruins on my first site, walking along metal detecting. I found a signal, kneeled down, and started digging. Digging the signal. Digging away, pinpointing, and then I feel like the farmer's walking up behind me. So I turn around and say hello, and realize there's no one there, as I swear I saw a figure behind me. So a few weeks or months after this, I returned to the field across the road from my last video. It was really windy in the evening, but not dark. Walking along again, I see what I thought was a black dog running across a few feet away from me. The shadow of something small like a dog size. Certainly not a sheep, as they are all white in the weird field. There is definitely something happening up there. There is some horrible history on this permission. So you never know what you will see. Thor. Anyway, I want to thank Thor for sending me this story to get Ghost Talk started. This story is certainly creepy. I've had many experiences of having things come up behind me, only to have no one there. Just a few nights ago, I was standing in the kitchen, and I had my back to the kitchen, and I felt like my granddaughter ran up behind me because she likes to try to scare me. And when I turned around, she wasn't there. It was kind of creepy. If you've had anything like this happen, you can shoot me an email at ghosttalker@yahoo.com and share your story. You just might find it on an upcoming video. I would like to take some viewer stories and create videos out of them and call them story time. So please participate in my stories. Now, just so everybody knows, no, Charlie is not dressed up. He is in his jammies. Boo to you too, Yorkshire. Hi, Brandy. Thanks for coming. You're right, Kay. What we are. No, I am nervous. I don't like being in front of the camera. And hi, Hoosier. If there's anybody that I missed in the chat that I didn't say hi to, I just missed you, that's all. And I want to thank Lincoln for coming and supporting the channel. Riv, here you go. I rock the cradle. I'm hoping everybody's having a good night. I definitely am, but I'm scared. I've never done this before, so yeah. Anyway, let's move on to our next story. This one comes from Matt from Treasure Hunting SWPA. Thank you, Matt, for sharing this story. Matt's story goes, "Hey Sandy, Matt from Treasure Hunting SWPA here. My one experience that I swear was a ghost, I used to go urban exploring with my friend, you know, going into abandoned places and looking around. This was like the late 90s, early 2000s. We had been in many places before. We were definitely seasoned veterans and never had any weird things happen. Well, one day we found this old farmhouse that was still furnished. It was in bad shape. Roof partially caved in, the basement door was gone. So after dark, we ventured in through the basement. The place was so cool. There was antique stuff everywhere. So we were both going our own ways, looking around at all this old stuff. I came across this big tarp covering a pile of stuff on the floor. So I stooped down and was going through all of the stuff under it. In the meantime, and unbeknownst to me, my friend had wandered off upstairs, so now I'm alone in the back corner of this dark basement looking through this pile of stuff. After checking it all out, I spotted some mason jars on a shelf. I was going to check out, and right after I stood up, I heard a whisper right behind me that said, "Find anything?" Clear as day. I started to reply as I turned, expecting my friend to be standing there. But when I pointed the flashlight, nobody was there. Every hair on my body instantly stood on end. I'm standing there for a few seconds like shocked, until I heard my friend make some noise upstairs, which snapped me out of it and made me realize that's him up there. I never ran upstairs so fast in my life. Not only was he upstairs, he was on the 3rd floor. So there's no way that it was him that whispered. When I found him, of course, I hid the fact that I just had the crap scared out of me, and I asked if he had called me. But he said no. I told him, I swear somebody whispered to me in the basement, and he said I was hearing things. So we both just kind of left it at that. Only later did I tell him exactly the way it happened, and that it actually scared the hell out of me. He still thought I was hearing things. Whatever, LOL. Out of the many times that I was in abandoned places, that's pretty much the only time I got legitimately freaked out. The place was demolished around 2010. Thank you, Matt. It was a great story, and I'm going to say that I hear things a lot. Oops. Mostly when I'm home alone or late at night, I hear things. I've heard people having conversations, children playing so clear that I've actually gotten up and made sure my grandkids weren't here. I've heard a man, when we first moved in here, I was vacuuming the rugs and I heard a man tell me to turn that thing off. Charlie was walking through the kitchen carrying a box when we first moved in, and he caught sight of somebody's legs that didn't belong to me. There was something that spoke to my youngest daughter. I don't remember what it said, but she did tell me that something talked to her at one point. So we have plenty of creepy experiences in this house, and I will be doing videos from around the house because yeah, things happen on a daily basis. We also have what we call our ghost cat. We hear meows, we see shadows dart across the room. Seems to be a cat running through the house. Can't explain it because we don't have any pets. Another experience that I had was I was sitting in our bedroom one night and I looked up and I seen a white orb form in front of me and fly across the room and out the door. In this corner behind me, I see orbs all the time. We see shadows in this corner. All of my grandkids talk to something that's in this corner. So we have plenty of experiences. So if you guys have any experiences, please share them with me at ghosttalker@yahoo.com. Do you like the dolls, Riv? And which big doll was moving? Ghost Cat does jump on the bed. My goodness, Ken, that sounds like a problem. They were guys' legs, North Jersey.
I didn't mention to him about the doll with the flowers in its head.
Yeah, I just read that, honey. This one here, it's not in the same position that we put it when we put the dolls out. Her arm was actually up higher than what it is now, and I've actually taken pictures to document where everything was. So yeah, she has moved. The one in the pink dress has moved. When I first got some of these dolls, this one here was on a shelf across the room over here, and I put her in one position, and when I got up the next morning, she was actually moved. She was turned almost all the way around. I did have her facing out into the room, and she turned around to where she was facing the wall. I don't have names for all of the babies yet, but I have to say this one is my creepiest one. This is the one that Charlie won't even touch. But this is my favorite. Oh, I do look kind of creepy, don't I, guys? I honestly think that sometimes it does try to communicate with me, Riv, but I honestly think it's the old owner of the house. I have pulled into our driveway. Now we have a long dirt road that runs, that is our driveway, and then it curves and pulls up to the house. I have pulled into the driveway and seen a man standing there that had on a brown vest and red old-time pants that would like be from the 1800s. And yeah, when you pull in the driveway at 11 o'clock at night, it kind of scares you when you see a man standing in your driveway. All right, I'm going to get ready and do an EVP session. North Jersey, you know what? Those two dolls back there, they actually freak out the grandkids too. And I would actually think that those are the ones that the grandkids would want to play with. Anyway, I've had somebody ask me how I do my EVP sessions. So, what I do is I actually use regular phone, has a voice recorder on it, and I use the voice memos. This is a spirit box. All it does is scan through radio waves and picks up voices. And I have a speaker, just to make it a little bit louder. Now, you're probably not going to be able to hear what's coming through the speaker because I have the volume turned all the way up and it's still really quiet. So I will be going back through the EVP session and putting out a video of what comes through, so you will be able to understand what it says. Is there anybody here with us tonight? You guys were active earlier. Can you come through and talk to me now? Do any of you dolls have anything to say? Oh, no such luck on the EVP session, guys. Nothing's coming through. I don't always get EVPs that come through, but at least I try it. So, Sometimes the spirits want to talk and sometimes they don't. Hi, Mike. I happen to like these portraits, Ken, and they were all given to us. Strange Man, I do plan on trying it again. It sounds like your vacuum cleaner. It's a good one. Yeah, Tim, I thought about videotaping the inside of the house. Yeah, I love Annabelle Jersey History Hunters. I think she's creepy. The real one. Hi, Melbourne. this one here, Hoosier, or is it this one? She's not flipping you the bird. She just has her arms up. She's actually not that spooky. She's just a doll. I mean, she's an old doll, but she's a doll. The one that gives me the creeps is this one here. This one, yeah, I don't, I don't really like this one. Okay, guys, Kay wants one of you guys to have your head spin. That's right. She's flashing gang signs. Honey, yes, this baby is slowly climbing over the picture and is going to get closer and closer to you. This is the one you're going to find in bed with you tomorrow morning.
Oh, goodness. No, I would not have jumped across the room if Charlie said boo. I ain't scared of Charlie. Hi, Deej. Thank you for stopping, Melbourne. These shackles right here are the shackles that I used in my very first video. I like that saying, Ken. No, they don't have bad mojo, Rube. Alright, I'm
I'm gonna try doing another EVP session, and let's see if any of the dollies want to talk. What?
Jersey History Hunters. The one with the arms up is plotting something.
She could be. Oh, we're getting something coming through now. Okay, well, I love my dogs. A lot of people think they're creepy, but I love them. Whoever's talking, come and tell me your name. That's funny, Lincoln, but he ain't gonna scare me. Who's here? Whoever's here, can you knock one of the dolls over? You may have, Ken. Our ghosts like to talk about food quite often. Whoever's here, can you say hi? Okay, Goose. Hoosier says if you say bacon, hook a pound. I'm pretty sure that just said you have a pretty wife. I use the SB7 Spirit Box. Thor, you might have a different kind, but mine has various speeds. I can set it to whatever I want. Come on, spirits, say bacon, so Hoosier will go make some bacon.
When?
Right now.
J Dirt.
Thor, sometimes you can tell that it's a radio station it's picking up. If I'm in certain places out in the yard, I get a radio station. I want one of you spirits to knock one of the baby dolls over.
Real life.
Can you tell me your name? Yeah, you should have, Thor. This one here, Kay, what? You're right there. You can ask. I thought I've seen that one move before too. Okay, what? The shelf that I used to keep him on, he actually used to slide off of it.
Play.
What do you want to play? That's it, Riv. I'm sending you a creepy doll in the mail. I actually think that male voice is the original owner of the house that used to stand on this property. Do you remember the war? No refunds, Riv. No, Tim, we're not.
Fine.
What do you guys think that one said? Hi, Al. You never know, Ken, they might.
Explain to that.
Whoever's here with me, knock one of these dolls down. If you don't want to knock one down, make the Raggedy Ann doll move his leg again.
So,
Okay, if you don't want to knock the Raggedy Andy down, will you knock Raggedy Ann down?
which one?
Knock Raggedy Ann down. Why not, North Jersey Detector? I don't know, babe. I haven't been paying attention to them. Okay, I hope it didn't say what I just think it did.
We're done.
It's not that bad, Rev. Hammer time, Hoosier? That one was something direct.
Prop spot.
Come on, knock one of the babies down or make them move. Alright, I'm going to turn the spirit box off now, guys. If you have anything else that you want to say it now before I turn this off.
For me,
Alright, I'm glad we at least had the spirits come through a little bit, guys. But I'm going to end this stream. I appreciate everybody for coming and checking out my first live stream. And if you have any ghost stories you'd like to share with me that you'd like to see on a video, please send them to ghosttalker@yahoo.com. And I will email you back. I hope you guys enjoyed everything tonight, and I hope everybody has a happy Halloween. Good night.